vetting process for the various nominees who have filed to contest as candidates for the various primaries that are to be convened sometime in November. And it is to elect candidates to stand as Member of Parliament candidates in the next election. That will be taking place in 2016, and also a presidential candidate on that very day as well. I believe it's November 22 or so. We'll see how that goes for the NDC. But it's the NPP that we're also focusing on some attention on this morning, just shortly. I know Moses Enin doesn't want to talk on internal matters. You have no option that is just say something a little bit. Because the Ashanti Regional Constituency Chairman of the National of the New Patriotic Party are calling on the Council of Elders and other functionaries of the party to immediately consider a withdrawal of their statement that has asked the chairman of the party to be suspended. According to the chairman, such moves upset the flag bearers' call for peace and tranquility in the Dankwa Buzia Dombo tradition. They are also asking that the chairman, Paul Afoko, be allowed the space to use his own initiatives to resolve the crisis that is currently befalling the party. The point is, if you're also a protagonist in a crisis period, how do you also tend to resolve the crisis?
Well, thank you very much. Except to say that I would have wished this quietly is sent to the party hierarchy.
I'm sure they have. According to quietly, they have.
Quietly,
but they copy the media as well.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been. That shouldn't have been quietly to them. Let's support whatever committee.
The party chairman, the National Council decided to.
I commend them.
They issued a public statement.
That for me, whichever it is, I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
You believe that things should have been done internally?
Internally, yes, internally. If you want to support the committee, go there, support them. If you have a memo to be sent to the committee, do it quiet. Don't copy any media. Don't copy any. I commend Ashanti region, but at least for letting the media have the copies, my worry. Send those reports there. And I also, I wish to say that yes, everybody must be seen to be working within the framework of our party constitution and resolving this problem. Let's use our party constitution, our internal structure that will build to do that one. And I think we will come out of it. We will come out of it. We'll come out of it victorious. Come out of it victorious. You see, I keep telling my people on the ground that the party structure is like a pyramid. The majority of us are down there. Only few at the top. The 27-0 did not happen at the party national headquarters. It happened at the polling station. The elections are won or lost at the polling station. And those of us on the ground, if we hold ourselves together and we work hard. Nkrumah was in prison. He came out. Have we asked ourselves why apartheid regime kept Mandela in prison for 27 years? A whole generation. And whilst Mandela was in prison, they thought they have kept him in oblivion, isn't it? But it was the masses who kept mentioning Mandela's name. And I believe that Mandela came out a more hero than he entered prison. So it is us on the ground there. I think we shouldn't waste our time discussing this matter. Let's leave it to the top men who are dealing with it. Let's leave it with them. And the grassroots, let us concentrate on the work on the ground rather. Other than exercising our energies and dissipating our energies on this matter, let's leave it to the flag bearer and the national chairman and the committee, the council of elders, to deal with them. And instead of coming out and shouting on radio and making comments, let's exercise our energies on the grassroots. The house-to-house work, the strategic campaign on the ground. That is what wins election. Roadshow campaign doesn't win elections.
At the end of the day also,
it doesn't.
It's a subject of what the meaning of some of these statements from sections of the party has or is, and the implication thereof on whatever argument we're making currently. Because herein, the National Council of Elders says that, well, they've commenced and recommended this, but we have an important structure. Chairman from Ashanti region, a stronghold of your party, making these indications, and these are formal activities, formal messages and missives. That tells a lot of story. Yeah, no matter how you don't want us to interpret.
Well, that is why I said I said we wouldn't have been discussing this morning if quietly the statement had been sent to the top.
What if you sent it and the top hierarchy didn't act on it?
No, you see, there's a formal procedure to deal with all this using our party constitution. There's a formal procedure. You send it, they don't act, you have the right to appear before them, isn't it? Go and appear before them and tell them. Okay, so that will, because you see, it is detracting. It is detracting us, a lot of our people, from the actual campaign work. You see, our work actually is to harvest vote for the party. That is the rare business. The core business of NPP or any political party is to harvest vote for the party, either to those who don't vote traditionally.
And if you say harvest, you mean to convince people that
yes,
the NPP is the party of choice.
Yes.
Or those who already don't have it as a party of choice.
Is obviously the most viable alternative for Mother Ghana. Obviously. So go and let that go through and let people buy into it. That is the core business of the party. This issue is detracting us from the core business. I want to see us turning it positively and going back to the core business and working on the core business and convincing Ghanaians to vote, either to those who traditionally don't vote for us. So that is what I am doing. I don't waste
every rank and file.
Yes, I don't waste my time on this issue. When I get to the ground, anybody who raises it, I say, yeah, the flag bearer has spoken this week. Please, I'm here for us to do ABCD to get the votes for our party.
Well, members of the body also said all party members, especially national officers, should heed the flag bearer's call to cease fire and not to take internal party matters to the media. Secondly, they also said they wanted the withdrawal of the petition by the National Council of Elders against the party chairman and make sure the disciplinary processes of the committee or of the council or of the party follows through. And all members of the party must, as a matter of duty, respect the hierarchy of the party at all levels. The 5-member NEC subcommittee investigating the alleged financial malfeasance involving national officers of the party should expeditiously deal with the issue and bring out its findings. On the 5th point, all committees and structures of the party must wake up and be alive to their responsibilities to enable the party kickstart the national campaign after the flag bearers Rise and Build tour currently being undertaken by him. The general membership of the party, the last point though, should bear with the national leadership at this time and remain focused in the hope that the necessary mechanisms are being put in place to ensure that the party emerges victorious in next year's general elections. At the end of the day, it sends a message that not everybody is in agreement with the decision that has been taken by the National Council.
It's very clear. Very clear.
And especially coming from the Ashanti region, it's not mean a region.
It's very clear, and some of the positions that they've taken, for me, is a rightful position. My only concern is this: that they should have been sent quietly to those who matter in this matter.
They wouldn't have been heard.
Oh, they would.
We wouldn't have known.
No.
It wouldn't have been effective.
And you see, when it is told that never speak on this issue on media, I think it is also right to say that never send memos or statements to media on this issue.
But you do agree that your party is a public entity, so to speak, because it's a party that has stakeholder involvement from all sections of the society.
If I'm to abide by my party's constitution and not to act unconstitutionally, and I go into my party constitution, which has a resolution or a conflict resolution clauses, I must be seen to be abiding to them first. I must be seen to be exhausting all the constitutional provision in terms of conflict resolution. There, if I'm not heard, then maybe I can have enough grounds to come openly. You get my point. I am saying that all the things that is so beautiful, so good, some of the positions they've taken are positions that are right, but I am concerned about we not talking so much on this issue on the media, and that is why you see that the merits of the matter on this, I don't talk about them. I want the committee and whoever have been set to solve this problem, give them the support quietly, and let's get out of it. I am very optimistic that NPP will come out of this victorious, and this will never affect our fortune in 2016. We are very hopeful that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will be president 2017, 7th January.
Okay, there's one thing though. The United Nations, they've now adopted or they are going to adopt in the next session what they call the Sustainable Development Goals now. But it also stems from what they've been implementing up to 2015, the Millennium Development Goals. And this seems to have scored Ghana pretty well. Ghana has, despite all the things that we keep saying, Ghana seems to have done a lot more. Ghana scored high marks in the UN's assessment of the country's effort at meeting the Millennium Development Goals. And according to a final report, also co-authored with the NDPC, that's Ghana's own National Development Planning Commission, MDGs 1 and 2, that is 1, eradicating poverty and hunger, and 2, achieving universal primary education. However, even though they raise concerns about high underemployment and rising number of working poor, Goal 5 on reducing child mortality, and on Goal 8 on developing global partnership were also largely achieved. We feel though in Goal 6, HIV, AIDS, malaria and other diseases, as well as Goal 3 on promoting gender equality and women empowerment. We also failed in Goal 5 on reducing maternal mortality, and Goal 7 on ensuring environmental sustainability. But even though they said in all those areas we have improved significantly.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think the 15-year program is ending by the end of this month.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. So
because we'll go to the UN session, yes, and after the session, within the processes of the deliberations,
we'll move to the next
one.
Okay, and we've achieved 4 out of 8 over the years. I think we've been working towards it. It has been undulating. This particular year we achieve here, we drop the other one, and all. By and large, I think we together, let's commend ourselves for where we've reached. Though there's more to be done. When you look at the universal primary education, you know, there's more than 500,000 out of school going children in this country, where we try to use the complementary basic education strategy to do that. Just that the donors and fund ended last year, and this year's budget you didn't see much in it to do the complementary basic education strategy. That is where you try to get the out of school going children together in a non-formal approach, bring them to a level, and at a level you put them into the mainstream for them to continue from there. And that was trying to mop up and reduce the out of school going children. And I think that strategy, we need to put much into that strategy so we can achieve more on that score. I also think that unemployment is a security threat today, and I think we must look at it that way and work the underemployment. They
really didn't talk about a lot more unemployment.
Yes, they said underemployment.
Underemployment means that a lot more have qualities and certain skills.
Yes, I know, but I want to traverse beyond that one, because in the reality is that it is unemployment that is getting escalated, and I just want to traverse a bit above that. And I want us to look at it as a security threat, so we can focus and deal with it. I get a bit worried when a national service person, a graduate, is directing traffic.
Why?
Okay. And why? Because that is where he has been or she has been placed to do.
Directing traffic is not a bad thing.
Yes, but you see, I look.
Are you saying directing traffic is a bad thing?
I'm not.
That a degree holder can.
I am not. But I'm looking at the future of that person.
Between
that person and somebody who is teaching. If you are to enrich your CV and quote an experience for the next competitive work environment, between that person and even somebody who taught in a primary school for national service.
But how about this?
That
somebody who directs traffic is able to undertake command and control measures, is rather able to absorb some level of ability to command people.
You think so?
Well, that's what I think. I believe.
Go look. What is even putting them in there as traffic regulators, and what was done for them to be there? This morning I was coming, and the policeman was not there. The guy who was directing traffic almost messed up.
It's new.
Yes,
it will take some time for them to take.
So,
it's normal.
So I think that
don't be too pessimistic.
No, I'm not. But you see, I'm just using it as a measure for you to know that we really getting to the wall, and we must look at this situation and work quickly and sort the problem out. Okay, so that to be okay for all of us. I think that we should do better. That is my belief, because look here, Ghana is for us, everybody, every Ghanaian. Look, Mr. Host, when you get to the market and the tomatoes is 10 Ghana, it is 10 Ghana for you, it is 10 Ghana for me. You won't get there, you say, because we are host of Joy FM morning show, they should make it 5 Ghana for you.
At the end of the day, would you say that it's because of the decadence or the decay of our educational system and the number of school-going age pupils that we tend to see not in the right places as far as the school structure is concerned, and even out of school at all?
You see, the core business of our education is to churn out quality teaching and quality learning outcomes, whether it is under the tree or in an environment like this. The basic job is quality teaching and quality learning outcomes. Okay, whether it is classic or history, if the person has the quality teaching and the quality learning outcome, I don't think education in one way or the other, in this subject or the other, is just to make the person get first class, but it's to make a total person who can adapt to any working environment and condition. And that is what we must be looking at, and be growing and churning out people that we can even take them elsewhere. To us, that when we are in difficulty, we call for the key bands to come, key band doctors to come and help us. So we should look at that one, and accessibility, as we're making it there, we must also work more on it. You see, it's said that every 5 kilometers at least there should be a school, but for the kindergarten base, you cannot base it on accessibility on 5 kilometers. That small girl from one village to the other, small boy at that age, at least the base kindergarten should be there. I know we're working towards it. I know we need to do more. I know we need to put our minds to it. I was talking somewhere, I said, look, the content of our constitution, the directive principle of state policy, if every government should even work 50% of it, we would have been moving. If you read the directive principle of state policy, if somebody calls you and asks you if you are the president today, what will you do? Just go to the directive principle of state policy in the constitution and read it well and try to implement.
So we need a lot more commitment.
Yeah, we need a lot of commitment.
It doesn't matter which party is in office.
No.
We feel that on the neutral level, we need a lot more commitment.
Let's do it, because look, if today the school for the blind, the physically challenged, are complaining. Because why? They write their exams, they write their exams in Braille, and somebody transcribes, okay, and then it is marked. Then there's a whole lot of problem about it, and they are complaining. They are feeding grants, physically challenged. You see, so I think we have a long way to go, and we really have to commit ourselves to the core areas and work to it.
Well, thank you very much, and thanks for passing through this morning. I'm very grateful. I hope to have you again sometime next week, so that we'll have a lot more discussion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you also.
Very much.
And also to your constituents as well, Trobu, right?
Yeah, Trobu.
Okay, how's the campaign going? Have you started?
Really? Yes.
Or you're waiting for the official?
No, I've started, but I'm the type of a politician who doesn't leave my footprints.
Okay.
Of the work I do. So I don't talk about my campaign anyway.
Okay. Moses Anim is a member of Parliament for Trobu, and he's a member of the NPP as well. And thanks for joining me this morning.